6 o'clock hour here on the Sunrise Show on this Monday morning. China, as you know, Rodney Hill has the day off. So Chris is covering double duty today. He's got the traffic for you and the weather, and there's lots of weather to talk about.
Wild weather this weekend, right? I mean, 1-inch hail and impressive rainfall totals in parts of the area. We all got a reasonable soaking, so the lawn's starting to green up a little bit, kind of minimizing the fire danger out there as well. That's good. Although the lightning did create, obviously, some new fire starts. Overall air quality and fire coverage here in the Northwest is improving day by day, and that is great news. All right, live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. The sunrise getting a little bit later now in the, about 6:15 or so is when I expect to see sun up. 62. Last check at PDX, we're waking up to temperatures in the low 50s right now. In Hillsborough, 53, 57 Sherwood, and Salem, one of the warmer spots on the map at 63. The plan for today, morning cloud cover out there. That will start to thin as we go to the afternoon. PDX gets into the upper 70s. There is a chance of a shower along the North Oregon and South Washington coast. I'll walk you through that with Futurecast in just a few minutes. Let's get you out the door with a live look at the roads. And for that, we switch over to the traffic map. It is mostly green out there right now. Highway 26 at the Sylvan Hill, rolling right along there. I-5 through North Portland. The headlights in that shot, that's the northbound drive up near the Expo Center. That is free and clear of any major issues. The Banfield looks good, guys. So far, no crashes, no unexpected delays.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate that, Chris. We start our news headlines this hour with an update on a case of suspected animal abuse that we first reported on last week. Portland police arrested the man allegedly responsible for the abuse over the weekend.
And he's scheduled to make his first appearance in court today. Our Thomas Schultz joins us from the Multnomah County Courthouse. And Thomas, how could this all play out in court?
Yeah, well, China, an attorney who specializes in animal abuse says this case is unique because generally in these kinds of animal abuse cases, there's no video involved as evidence. Of course, there is in this instance, and a warning to viewers, it is disturbing. Now, you can see here a man who police identify as 25-year-old Isaac Booker Justum swinging a rope before repeatedly hitting a small black dog. Police say he also hung the dog from a fire extinguisher and repeatedly kicked the animal. Justin faces 3 felony counts of aggravated animal abuse in the first degree. And on Saturday, Justin was spotted by detectives and arrested after numerous calls from community members. Though to convict him of animal abuse, lawyer Jordy Duckler, who specializes in these cases, says prosecutors will have to prove Justin's intent that day in the elevator.
Did that accused person, the fellow in the elevator, intend to inflict pain as opposed to intend to do something else? In a sense, it's all going to depend on what's in his head, not what's in his hand.
Now, as for the dog, police are still looking for the animal, and they say Justin didn't give them any indication about where that dog could be.
And Thomas, what does the lawyer think the defense's argument could be here?
Yeah, well, he believes they might argue that Justin was impaired in some way and frankly didn't know right from wrong, though Duckler does believe there is enough evidence to convict on aggravated animal abuse. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live for us in downtown Portland this morning. Also this morning, police say a man was shot and killed last night just after 10 o'clock in the Buckman neighborhood of Southeast Portland. That's where officers responding to a call about a person being shot found the man dead at Southeast 9th and Washington Street. So far, they haven't arrested anyone. Anyone with information about this shooting should call Portland police. Tonight, the Democratic National Convention kicks off in Chicago. So this is a live look this morning at the United Center in Chicago, where Vice President Kamala Harris will formally accept the party's presidential nomination. Democrats are also taking aim at the Trump-Vance campaign by projecting messages onto the former president's Chicago hotel. Various messages were visible on the side of the building, such as, quote, Project 2025 HQ, a reference to the controversial conservative policy plans written by a slew of allies of former President Donald Trump. The former president has disavowed Project 2025, though, in recent weeks. He's expected to be in Pennsylvania today and then North Carolina, followed by Arizona later this week.
Meanwhile, one of the most high-profile congressional races across the country is happening in Southwest Washington. On Saturday, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was in Vancouver to voice his support for Republican Joe Kent. He's running against incumbent Democrat Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez for a second time here. Their hope is to turn a Southwest Washington seat back to red after Gluesenkamp-Perez flipped it blue in 2022, defeating Kent by a couple of thousand votes. Though this time, Johnson believes the race will be different.
Camp Perez now has a voting record, and it is one of the worst in all of Congress. And when people know that, when the facts are put out there, I think they're going to make a very clear choice.
We reached out to Camp Perez's campaign for an interview, and we did not hear back. But she did post on X on Friday, calling Kent a white nationalist.
Over the weekend, our area was hit with thunderstorms. A lot of people in the viewing area hearing the thunder, seeing the lightning. So here's a look at the storm rolling in over Portland. Over a quarter-inch of rain fell on Portland this weekend. That is the most rain since early June. Closer to the Cascades, the storm brought quarter-sized hail. Lightning during those storms on Saturday sparked 7 new fires in the Willamette National Forest. The U.S. Forest Service's crews spent Sunday responding to those fires. Several of them were expected to have overnight crews. And in Forest Grove, firefighters are continuing to monitor 2 small lightning-caused fires near the city's watershed. Forest Grove Fire and Rescue pulled out Saturday evening, but they returned on Sunday to continue fighting these blazes. Crews say they were able to get one of the fires 100% under control, and we're working to contain the second one at last update.
And speaking of lightning, take a look at this photo from Vancouver. You can see a distinct strike in the middle of the clouds. Our producer thinks it looks like a chicken.
What the? Yeah, yes, I can see the feet there at the bottom, the big, almost more like a turkey, maybe.
Do you know why it looks like a chicken?
Feathers? Oh boy.
Because?
Well, I did not see that coming, Chris.
All right,
Didn't see that coming.
I need to go.
I did not.
Thought to myself, what could she be leading into
Ah,
here?
that's good though.
Got a because.
Oh, that is awesome. That is great photography, by the way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's thousands of lightning strikes across the region as well. Unfortunate with that, of course, comes some of the new fire starts in the region, but the rain beneficial. The Dow's picked up 0.6 of an inch of rain, right? So, I mean, measurable, meaningful rainfall across much of Western Oregon, which brings me to this. We still do have some air quality advisories for central and south central Oregon, Deschutes County until 5 o'clock today. Air quality, though, check this out. I think every reporting site in the state of Oregon right now, according to DEQ, is in good air quality. That is awesome. And getting needed rainfall over the weekend is obviously going to help that as well, right? So just some good stuff there. We are not done with fire season. We're not done with summer. In fact, extended models do show some warming and drying weather beyond the range of our 7-day forecast. But for now, we're breathing a lot easier out there. And really, what a pretty shot. This is the Wells Fargo sky camera this morning. The hint of sunrise on the horizon, some broken cloud cover out there. I've got a nice time lapse rolling on that, so that'll look good and coming up in a little bit. 62 right now at PDX. We're in the 50s in Hillsborough and Sherwood, 54 Beaverton. Big perspective in the 40s right now in Baker City and Bend, waking up to 48. Burns, Bury, 39. Storm Center offshore, little impact for us for the Willamette Valley other than some thin cloud cover. There are storms expected in the northern Rockies. That storm spinning offshore will impact the North Oregon and South Washington coast later today with at least the chance for some showers. There you see Astoria, maybe Tillamook, possibly getting a little wet late this afternoon, but otherwise it's just some broken cloud cover for most of us throughout the day today and into the first part of the day tomorrow as well. Temperature-wise, not going very far. Futurecast does spit out a little bit of light rain along the north coast. There we go. Come on. There it goes. 0.02 of an inch of rain in Astoria, so not much with this system. All right, temperature department, we're talking upper 70s for highs here in late August. This is some really comfortable stuff. About 79 in Portland. You go east of the Cascades, it'll be warmer. It'll be breezy out in the Columbia River Gorge as well, but really a pretty decent looking day today and tomorrow. We do bring in another chance of showers, on Wednesday. I don't think that'll be very much, but a second shot comes in Wednesday night or Thursday. That could be more meaningful, measurable rainfall for the Willamette Valley on Thursday before we dry things out a little bit heading into the upcoming weekend.